You must prepare for them as they have already prepared for you. You are preparing for nations within the world to meld into each other and for cultures here to clash. The future will be strife-ridden and very difficult. No longer will nations be able to mind their own business and avoid each other, for if one nation fails, others will be impacted. If one nation destroys its environment, other cultures will feel the full impact of this. Greater and greater world cooperation will be needed and required. You will not see all of this in your lifetime, for you are in the early part of the transition, but what you contribute here now will determine the quality of life for your children and for the generations to come. You see, in the greater community and in life itself, individuals do not live for themselves alone, as they seem to do in this world at this time. They live for all life. What you have today is based on the giving of those who lived before. All of your technological conveniences, your art, your music, everything that has been made and produced, your freedoms and your disabilities, all are the legacy of the giving and lack of giving of those who lived before you. They made possible the life that you have today, as you must make possible the life of those who will live beyond you. From a greater perspective, this is the context in which your mission and purpose can be understood. This is what fulfills you at the level of your being. All other forms of fulfillment stimulate the mind and may give it a temporary sense of peace and purpose, but they do not affect the greater and deeper part of you. They do not lead to anything lasting and meaningful. What you give today will be felt tomorrow. What you contribute in this life will determine the life of the generations to come, and they will thank you or curse you depending on what you gave and how your giving was accomplished. You do not live for your generation. You live for the future. The future is determining the present. This is a great truth in greater community spirituality, a truth that will be difficult to understand at first, for it represents a higher awareness and perspective and a greater vantage point from which to view life and to participate in life. You are here for the future. Knowing this enables you to see what you need to do today. This brings you into present time because life at this moment is for this moment and for the moments to come. You live for now and yet you also live for the future because your gift is for the future. Many of the great gifts that will be given in your generation will not be felt by your generation but by the generations to come. This is how humanity is furthered. This is how life progresses. Look at your plants and animals. They give themselves so that they may give to the future of their kind. The trees lay down their leaves and eventually their whole life so that they might create soil for future trees to grow. Plants and animals give their seeds so that future generations may evolve and have the opportunity to live and to give something to the world. Consider this carefully, but do not make premature conclusions. This is a great idea to consider. It is an idea that takes you out of your personal mind and puts you into a greater state of mind where you can see your life within a larger time frame. Here you will see your life in a larger context and as part of a greater order of being in the universe. You are part of a great transition. Your generation and the generations to come are a part of the great transition from being an isolated and divisive race to becoming a unified race that is capable of interacting with the greater community. Even if the greater community were not present in the world today, your failure to take these steps would lead to the destruction of your environment and the loss of your opportunity to live in this world. Two great tragedies. The possibility for that failure now is great. The risks are high. That is why you must now see your life in a greater way. You must see yourself not just as a person struggling to be happy and to get along, but as a person who was sent here on a mission which is yet to be realized, a mission of great importance both for the present and for the future, a mission that restores your greater power and your greater relationships to you. Greater community spirituality sees life within the context of the greater community as a whole. Greater community spirituality does not focus exclusively on your world. It is not dominated by your world's attitudes, beliefs, customs or history. It sees your destiny because your destiny is obvious. Intelligent life in all worlds must unite at some point for their survival and well-being. They must unite in order to be able to contend with the greater community, with all of its divergent forces and greater problems. This is what you must prepare for. In preparing for this, your life will come into harmony and will become unified. This is the promise of a greater community preparation, a greater community way of knowledge. This is what it means to experience and to express greater community spirituality, a spirituality not merely of ideas and speculation, but a spirituality of real life, both now and in the future, a spirituality both for the present and for your destiny. You are preparing for the greater community. If you prepare consciously and wisely, you and future generations will have a greater opportunity to live and to realize the great rewards of being part of a greater community of life. However, if you fail to be aware of the need for preparation, or if you do not prepare wisely or effectively, then life will become more harsh and difficult, and the challenges will seem abrupt and overwhelming. You will be taken by surprise, and you will not be ready. This is why you must become sober about yourself and your life. This is why you must rise above your preoccupations and your petty interests and concerns. You must hear this message with your heart, and you must feel this message in your heart. If you think about it, you may want to dismiss it because it seems either too uncomfortable, too strange, too alien, too challenging, or too difficult. You may then say, "Why worry? Why bother? I won't worry about it. I won't think about it. God will take care of everything. God has sent you to take care of everything." Do not sit back and think that the divine will come and save you. You have come to help save the world, to give humanity a future, and to give your race a greater opportunity, an opportunity to unite, to develop and to become stronger, wiser and more capable, an opportunity to outgrow its tribal divisiveness, its religious fanaticism, its violence, its selfishness and its self-indulgence. This is the gulf that exists between a primitive race and an advancing race in the greater community. You are still a primitive race, but life is requiring that you pass over this gulf and learn to become an advancing race in the greater community. That is why greater community spirituality is being presented now, and that is why preparation in the greater community way of knowledge is necessary. You must outgrow your primitive tendencies. You must go beyond your history. Your history is nothing to be proud of. However, you can see in your history a great movement towards unification, towards world inhabitancy, towards solving world problems, and towards humanity achieving a greater awareness, education and responsibility. You are a citizen of your world. From a greater community perspective, you are not an American or a Chinese. You are not an Indian or a Russian or a Polynesian. You are a citizen of one world. The differences that you hold among yourselves are meaningless, and they must be outgrown in order for you to advance. This is necessary. You must feel this and see this. We are giving you a vision of where you are going and what you are preparing for. This is directly related to the purpose for which you came, which is not a personal or a selfish purpose. It is a mission to give to the world now and for the future. You can feel this and see this. It is available for you to feel and to see because the movement of the world can be felt and discerned. Even though the world's movement is huge and seemingly incomprehensible, it can be felt. This is why your preparation is great. This is why your preparation is necessary. This is why your preparation will restore you and redeem you to your real purpose and meaning in life. Where you have come from, you are important. When you are in the world, you are not important until you find the importance that you experienced and that you knew before you came here. This places you on an equal footing with all others who have been sent here for a purpose. However, your contribution is unique, and this is the meaning and value of your individuality. You will not take this journey alone. Your contribution will not be yours to claim for yourself alone. Instead, it will be part of a greater collaboration that you will make in meaningful relationships with individuals and with small groups of people. This sets everything in motion in very specific ways because this represents the greater plan for life, a plan that was always intended for humanity and which now is entering a new stage. If you read and understand human history with this greater perspective, you will see it has always been geared towards ascendancy in the world and participation in the greater community. However, in the greater community you will not be dominant. And unless you can educate yourself and learn greater community skills and abilities, you will be dominated because the strong dominate the weak in the greater community, as they do here on earth. To give you a real power that few even in the greater community possess, We bring to you the greater community way of knowledge, the way of knowledge as it exists in the greater community. The way of knowledge is being given through secret and mysterious means to individuals everywhere, in all races, cultures and worlds. This represents the work of the divine. Beyond the tribal interpretations of any young race in any world, this represents pure knowledge and pure spirituality. It is unalloyed with the traditions of any world to which it is sent. Thus, it represents a real challenge in learning and a great opportunity for a true understanding and greater ability. You have come for a great purpose. Therefore, you need a great preparation. You need great companions. And you need a great heart. This is your gift and your destiny. It is this that you have come to be a part of. And it is a blessing that it is so.